Hello and happy Saturday. This is Pam from Coach Pam Fitness, and today's planning your Disney vacation is going to talk about Magic Kingdom again, but we're going to talk about Fantasyland. Fantasyland is really, in my opinion, the heart and soul of the Magic Kingdom. It collides princesses and fairy tale charm with real world boys and girls, and it just, when I think of Disney, I think of the Magic Kingdom and I think of Cinderella's castle. It is my most favorite park of them all, and Fantasyland is my most famous part of the Magic Kingdom. I'm gonna read over here because I'm gonna read a quote from Walt Disney when he designed I really need to turn off my notifications. When he designed Disney World, this is what he said. "Here is a land of imagination, hopes, and dreams. In this timeless land of enchantment, the age of chivalry, magic, and make-believe are reborn and fairy tales come true. Fantasyland is dedicated to the young and the young at heart, to those who believe that when you wish upon a star, your dreams really do come true." Walt Disney. And he said that in 1955. And it's true. And honestly, when you walk into Fantasyland, all your dreams of being a princess come true. So there have been a lot of changes to Fantasyland since when we first started going, when my 16-year-old was 3. But they kept the integrity and the vision of Walt Disney. And all they really did was update it. They updated Toontown into Storybook Circus. They updated the princess area to include the modern princesses and the older princesses. When you first start walking to Fantasyland, Cinderella's castle is front and center. It's the heart of Fantasyland. And sometimes you can walk through the castle to get into Fantasyland, and sometimes the castle's closed. It just depends on if they're getting ready for a show or not. But inside the castle is Cinderella's Royal Round Table dinner. I've never been there, so I can't really comment on it. There's also the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, and if I had little girls, I would most definitely make reservations for that. And also, little did I realize, there's also an apartment up above that you can stay in the castle overnight. That is on my bucket list. I'm not quite sure how you get that reservation, but that's on my bucket list, because who wouldn't want to wake up inside Cinderella's castle? But since there's so much to do in Fantasyland, people are like, what do we do in Fantasyland? What rides do we go on? Seriously, all of them. You need to try to get on all of the rides in Fantasyland. But with that being said, some rides kids might not want to go on. So there's a couple rides you definitely need fast passes for. The Seven Dwarfs Mine Train is one of those that you need a fast pass for. Highly recommend it. The animatronics in that is just unbelievable. And it's not really a super fast roller coaster. It's really for all ages. There might be a height requirement. I'm not real sure because it's only been open for a couple years. But the other one is, and we never get a fast pass for this, it sells out for some reason, Peter Pan's Flight is another one. It's just a ride for pretty much all the rides in Fantasyland are for all ages. That one's another one. It's really cool. And sometimes, some years when we are in Disney, we can go on it, and some years we can't go on it. I think last year we were able to go on it. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But another one is, and all these rides, like even my teenager loves all these rides. The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh was another really cool one with the animatronics and everything. It's a small world because you have to sing It's a Small World after all for the rest of your vacation. You have to go on It's a Small World. It's a little creepy, but you have to go on it. Mad Tea Party. That's one that I can't go on because my kids like to spin it so fast that I almost want to throw up. So my boys go on that one, including my big boy husband. They go on that one to see how fast they can go. Prince Charming's Carousel is another very cool one. The Under the Sea Little Mermaid Journey. And I mean, all these rides, even the princess ones, my boys like to go on them. So don't think that because if you have boys that they're not going to like these rides. They do. They do like these rides. And then if you are getting tired and it's hot, go into Mickey's Philharmagic 3D show. It's a way to get out of the heat, sit down a little bit, rest your feet, and parents can rest while the kids are enthralled in this 3D show about Mickey's Philharmonic sorcery thing. There are a lot of character meet and greets. A couple of them you definitely need a fast pass. Obviously, Princess Fairy Tale Hall, you need a fast pass for, or you will be waiting forever. There's 2 lines. One is to see Cinderella. One is to see Rapunzel. And don't just think you're only going to see one or the other, because Cinderella will have another princess, like Snow White or another princess, and Rapunzel will have another one like Aurora. So you'll see 2, but you have to pick between Cinderella and Rapunzel. It's a hard decision. I always want to see Cinderella. She's my favorite. Merida, is that how you say it? Merida is another meet and greet, and she is located behind the castle in the little fairy tale gardens. Then there's the Enchanted Tales with Belle, and this one's really cool, and I've never gone into that one. See, I need to go back to Disney to do all this stuff that I've never done, and we've been 6 times, so don't think you're going to see everything. Now I need to plan another Disney vacation. I might have to go by myself, but hey, I'll go by myself. Enchanted Tales with Belle is an interactive meet and greet. You actually sort of go through the castle and you interact with the characters and you become part of the story. It's very cool. And then there's Ariel, and she's located in Ariel's Grotto, which is by her ride. And then places to eat. We usually do a quick service at Pinocchio's Village House. It's a typical quick service. If it rains, it gets packed in there. So it's quick service. You go through a line, get your food, and then try and find a seat. But there is outside seating if it's nice. But just so you know, if it starts raining, you're going to have a hard time finding a seat. There's Gaston's Tavern, located near Be Our Guest, and it's just another little quick service stand that doesn't have any seats or anything. Cinderella's Royal Table, I have never eaten there, so I can't comment on it, but I have read good and bad things about it. Honestly, if you want to see Cinderella and other princesses, I'd go to Epcot, but that's just me. Be Our Guest. I had heard not good reviews about the food there, but I managed to score last year when we were there. I managed to score a dinner reservation late in the evening. I think it was like at 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, right before fireworks went off, and it was the most phenomenal setting. Gorgeous. They had like 3 ballrooms that you eat in. One of the ballrooms was dark and might be a little scary if you have young kids. It was where Beast ripped everything apart, like his portrait where he rips his normal face before his curse. It has the rose encapsulated in it. The food, even my 11-year-old son loved the food. He got some fancy schmancy seafood thing, I think. Loved it. I will say the food portions are not as big as other table service, but the quality was phenomenal. And they bring dessert out in a cart for you to pick from, and he of course, loved that and took forever for him to make his decision because he got to see what the desserts looked like. So I would definitely do dinner at Be Our Guest. They do serve breakfast and lunch, and those are considered quick service. But I would definitely do dinner at Be Our Guest again. I really, really, really liked it. So all in all, Fantasyland is my absolute favorite. It's where your dreams come true. It's the place I gravitate towards every time we go to the park. It's my first love. And this is where princesses really do come home. So I hope you enjoyed my Fantasyland episode. I don't know. I just lost my train of thought. Anyway, see, I need a blooper reel. But I would love to hear any questions you have about Fantasyland, what your favorite Fantasyland ride is or event. I would love to hear your experiences at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, or if you've done Cinderella's Royal Table. I would love to hear about that because I've never done that before. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this has helped you plan your vacation a little bit more. Monday I will be talking about the other parts of Magic Kingdom, and it may take me 1 or 2 months depending on how much I need to talk about those other. I could talk about Disney forever, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this has helped you plan your magical vacation. Please leave comments, questions, and thoughts, and what your favorite part is in the comments below, and I'll see if I can address them in my next live or in a blog, an upcoming blog. So thanks for watching. This is Coach Pam from Coach Pam Fitness, and have a truly magical day.